Hi my loves, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are well. I chose not to post anything last week because I wanted to give space to the many voices that haven't really been heard or not heard enough with regards to the Black Lives Matter movement. And although I'm a Swede living in Sweden, we sure do have racism here as well. And I know this is not a new issue, but I wanted to help in any way I can to build on this momentum that we have going right now. So I stepped away to learn and listen and share the voices that needs to be heard. And I've learned a lot about my white privilege, about white supremacy, about systemic racism, about anti-racism. I've learned the importance of being anti-racist and not just claiming not to be racist. Because I have, as many of you as well, I have grown up in a racist system and a racist society. And so a lot of things are ingrained in my upbringing and in the contexts where I've moved and learned and grown. And so what I can do best is to be very aware, be very humble, compassionate, open-hearted, and curious when it comes to other people's perspectives and my own flaws and faults and where I need correction. I think intention is really important, but it's not everything. And we need to be able to say sorry, ask for forgiveness when we mess up, even though our intention was good. Because there's so much we don't know. And now I'm talking to any white people watching this. This was not a sprint, and it's not over. This is work we need to keep doing from now on. Just as anything we wake up to, I believe that when we know better, we do better. And I intend to know better and do better when it comes to racism in my own life, within myself, in my community, in my family, with my friends. To speak up more, to question more, to support more, to reflect more. I will never understand what it feels like to live in this world today in a black body, but I can still stand with the ones who do and who experience racism as a part of that. And even though racism in Sweden looks different, it still builds on the notion that someone is better than or deserves something else than someone else. And I believe that for all lives to matter, also black lives need to matter. I've also realized the importance of being aware of my ego, and it shows up in different ways. Sometimes it shows up as, well, I thought that I was a better person than this, and the uncomfortableness of realizing that I really haven't done much, or that I haven't done enough, and that I haven't educated myself enough, or been there enough, or supported enough, or done enough. And that's part of the white fragility that so many people are talking about right now. I mustn't make myself a victim in this. I'm not the victim when it comes to racism. I have no idea what that feels like. The other side of my ego might flare up in believing that I'm better than the people that are not doing anything, or better than the racists. And that's also a trap of keeping this separation and keeping this either or position. The definition of wisdom is being able to hold different perspectives in your mind at the same time. And no matter what we're facing in the future as humanity, I believe that this is one of the most important qualities as we move ahead. We need to be able to hold multiple perspectives. We need to resist the need to put people into categories, to label, to make a decision and then stand firm in that decision forever. We need to be willing to be wrong, to change our minds, to say we're sorry when we mess up, because we're gonna mess up. That's part of any evolution. Making mistakes is better than doing nothing. And you know, as they say, those who don't make mistakes do nothing. So we're gonna mess up, and that's okay. It's part of the human experience. No matter if you're treading the waters of anti-racism, or if you're in the environmental movement, or fighting for animal rights, or whatever. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up. It's about courage. It's about curiosity. It's about openness, humbleness, and a willingness to mess up and try again. Because when we know better, we do better. And we're going to keep learning, and we're going to keep messing up. I actually wrote about this in my book, Pure Personal Power, Tools to Collect on a Healing Journey. And I just wanted to read something from a chapter that is called Both and More, The Relief of the Paradox. Life is hard and beautiful. Pain is inevitable, but you don't have to suffer. What is difficult when life's difficult is easy when life's easy. Strive to always feel better and let go. Always focus on understanding others and set very clear boundaries. Have a clear vision of where you want to go and be where you are. We need other people, and we need to be able to be alone. Have faith that you are taken care of and do the work. Put yourself first and focus on service to others. Know your truth and be open to changing your mind. Set high standards and enjoy the simple things. Follow your heart and use your head. Be fully in this world and know this is not all there is. And then I go on writing about our need for rights and wrongs. And I believe that there seldom are any. So much is in the gray zone, and so many things are neither right or wrong. They just have different consequences, and we need to choose the consequences that we want. So if you want the consequence of a better future, you need to make choices today that lead to that consequence. You are responsible for your actions. What works today may not work tomorrow. What you believe now might be changed by an experience you have in a week. The best thing we can do is to be wise, to realize that we might be wrong. I was at a retreat one time with Björn Natthiko-Lindeblad, who has lived 16 years of his life as a monk. In one of his guided meditations, he gave us this mantra to repeat, and I still use it frequently. I might be wrong, I might be wrong, I might be wrong. We need to learn trial talking and trial thinking. If there's something that has developed me as a person so much in recent years, is having people around me where I can trial talk, where I can say things out loud with someone who is compassionate and open to hold space for that, and then change my mind. I often say at the end of a sentence, when I feel into myself and I might have heard what I just said, like, no, I think that was actually a lie. Or maybe this is something that I hear someone from my childhood saying. We need to be open to have the uncomfortable conversations. We need to be comfortable in the uncomfort of being wrong. We need to take notice of our ego when it flares up, whether it is you being better than or worse than someone else. This is not just about racism. This is about the future that we want to build and the attributes and attitudes we need to have to be able to build that future. What role do you want to play? Who do you want to be? And as I said, it's not about being perfect. You don't have to be perfect. On the contrary, I think that trying to be perfect is actually going to block you from a lot of the things that you will need going forward. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. And when you know better, you can do better. So educate yourself. Learn new things. And be open to correction. Life is never an either or. It's a both and more. So keep your heart open. Keep an open mind. Choose love over fear. And do what you can to create the world that you want to see in the future. I hope this serves you well. I am open to corrections. And if I said something in this video that upset someone or was hurtful, please let me know. I want to do better. And in advance, I'm sorry, but I'm still here. I wish you a beautiful rest of the week. Bye.